Dai dai, yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai, yai dai dai, yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai, yai dai. Yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai 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 dai. Yai dai 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 dum. Yai dai. Yai dai 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 dum. Ya dai 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 dai. Ya da dai 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 dai. Ya da dai 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 dai. Ya dai 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 dum. Eli, Eli, shelo yigamer leolam. Hachol v'chayam. Risharu shel hamayim berak hashamayim tefilat adam. O God, my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the waters, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart. Erev Tov, good evening. Our weekend is coming to a close. Monday is upon us, and there's a lot of things to be grateful for this weekend. And there's a lot of things that maybe weren't so perfect this weekend. Maybe yes, maybe no. So, what are the moments of gratitude that were in your Sunday? And where are the places of forgiveness that are needed either by us or for us? Calling to mind moments of gratitude in this day. For some of us may be difficult, and for others, you may have a long list of things that are blessings. Certainly, a major blessing for us is that it's Sharon's or Shani, whichever. It's birthday today, and we would be. She used to say when Rabbi Jay lived on Split Rock Road, she used to always. The coined phrase was, it's hysterical because now we don't even live on that street anymore. But anyway, she would always say that if it weren't for me, all of you would be walking naked on Split Rock. And so it's always this thing. She knows that um, how worth it she is, and truth be told, we would not be surviving without her. She's is who she is, and so now we don't walk naked on Split Rock, but we're grateful that it's another birthday for her, and so that she can continue to do what she does for all of us, which is a blessing. And the second blessing is um, that we're grateful to celebrate from afar. I mean, he got a video from Ellis, so that counts as a celebration. Howie's birthday this year as well. And so birthdays are, blessings. You make it to another birthday is truly a blessing. And so we celebrate those milestones in life. Um, my sister's sister in law, however you want to put it, or my brother in law's brother, whatever, is being induced tonight. She's there starting that process, another moment of gratitude to bring another beautiful child in the world. And we all have our own gratitude, whatever that is. But we're also realistic about what our lives are really like and how sometimes we're not perfect and sometimes others aren't perfect. And so as we start this end this night before we start the next night together, we acknowledge things that aren't perfect. And so, even when we are in deep gratitude for all that is and the blessings that we have, We pause and wonder in awe of what is before us. The reality is, there are times where we need this prayer. God of the universe, we forgive anyone who angered, antagonized, or hurt us today, whether they did so accidentally or willfully, whether through speech or deed. And may we be forgiven for any wrongs that we have done today only, because tomorrow we won't, and the day before we didn't. Whatever has gone on today, through action or word, willfully or by accident, oh God, may compassion and kindness be our guide as we find our way. And so, as we find our way, before we start to count this day and make it officially a new day, um, we need to call to mind what is this day. This day in history, as we start it, which is tonight into tomorrow, is Yom HaShoah, is Holocaust Remembrance Day. And so there comes with a heaviness on that day. And it's marked by more heaviness or additional baggage with all that is going on in the world now. We remember our 6 million dead who died when madness ruled the world and evil dwelt on earth. We remember those who knew and those whose very name is lost. We mourn for all that died with them, their goodness and their wisdom, which could have saved the world and healed so many wounds. We mourn for the genius and the wit that died, the learning and the laughter that were lost. The world has become a poorer place, and our hearts become cold as we think of the splendor that might have been. We stand in gratitude for their example of decency and goodness. They are like candles which shine out from the darkness for those years, and in their light we know that goodness is and evil. We salute those people who were not Jews, who had the courage to stand outside the mob and suffer with us. They too are your witness, a source of hope when we despair. Because of our people's suffering, may such times never come again. These words were written years and years ago. And so when we come to this place in this moment, when I read the words, because of our people's suffering, may such times never come again, and may their sacrifice not be in vain, I can't help but think about October 7th. I can't help but think about May 5th and all the time from that time till this moment. And in truth, how many other times has it happened since the 1940s? In our daily fight against cruelty and prejudice, against tyranny and persecution, their memory gives us strength and leads us on. Well, that too is still true. In silence, we remember those who sanctified God's name on earth. Tomorrow morning's Minyan prayer connection. Forgot we stopped calling it Minyan. We'll certainly continue the conversation and our prayer for Holocaust remembrance. So we start our day together. We end our days and we start them all in the same moments of time. And a blessing it is to be with all of you, because that's what we're here to do, is to continue tradition and to lift up the cause and to count the Omer, so that if we can find ourselves as better people in the world, then perhaps maybe there'll be a chain reaction. If it starts with us that are here, it could be even better if others join in. L'shem yichud kushabrichu ushchinte hineni muchan umizuman לקיים מצוות העשה של ספירת העומר, של ספירת העומר, של ספירת העומר, של ספירת העומר, 7 שבתות תמימות תהיינם. Together, We are ready, prepared, and present to fulfill the positive mitzvah, the positive commandment of counting the Omer for 7 complete weeks. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ruach haolam asher kitshanu tzvotav v'tzivanu al svirat haomer al svirat haomer al svirat haomer al svirat haomer Hayom shlosha asar yom shehem shavua echad v'shisha yamim laomer. As we place tonight's piece in the puzzle of 7 weeks, we are here. We are here in the week of Gevurah. We are here in the week of strength, of judgment, of discernment, as we stand in awe, serving with strength, guided by humility. We find ourselves today. The day that we counted is the 13th day of the Omer. Yisod Sheba Gevurah. Yisod, the foundation, Sheba within, Gevurah, strength. Foundation within strength. Well, of course, Yom HaShoah comes in the week of strength. And on this day, day 13, Yisod, the foundation. What is the foundation of our people, if not for the strength that has been since the beginning of time? As we align ourselves with the highest will, grounded in the sacred fire of the earth, we pray to act for the good of all. Foundation. Yisod. Foundation and bonding. This connection that establishes trust and instills confidence. Someone cannot be confident in themselves or in another, or another in you, without realizing that trust comes from confidence. You can't confide in someone if you don't trust them. Also, confidence as a place of ability. If you don't trust yourself to get to the place that you're going, if you don't trust yourself to say, I can accomplish that, where will you be? They are hand in hand paired items. If there is trust, we can find confidence. And so we each and every one of us has our own strengths, our own abilities, our own direction and focus for life and for love. And so, what are your strengths? Do you stop for a moment and say, hey, wait a second. I know that I'm good at this. I know that I excel at this. I know that I have this quality to make this happen because I have, because I can, and because I will. So many of us focus on the things that we can't do. I mean, it seems much easier. And there are others of us that trust in ourselves to say, you know what? I have the confidence. I can do that. Even if it's slightly out of that word that was popular for a while, wheelhouse, even if it's slightly outside that realm, I have confidence. I can make it happen. But there are so many times, so often for so many of us, that we live in the world of, I can't, I wish I could, I don't have the ability to do that, I'm not comfortable with that. And we never allow our true self to blossom, to be. We never have true confidence in ourselves, so we don't trust that we can really be good at that. And so we get stuck in that rather than saying, hey, wait a minute, I'm really good at this. With this skill, with this attention, with this confidence, with this trust, I have built myself a foundation. How many of you can say that? How often? Listen, I know there are things that I'm good at, and I know there are things I'm not good at, but I am much more apt to do what I'm good at. Whereas others, it's a skill, it's a mindset. It's actually not a skill. Well, the mindset is a skill. It's a mindset. It's to say, you know what? I can dabble in a lot of things, and I can. And I'm sure many of you can. But we get down on ourselves. This is what the Omer counting is about, is to find what we're good at, is to work on the things that we're not, and to be really truly who we are. And so to have a little bit of confidence to say, you know what? I trust that I'm okay. I can do it. I'm not great at it, but I can do it. That's the hard work, but it starts with something else, which is the practice for today. Oh, my voice is like missing today for some reason. Anyway, maybe it's the lack of sleep. The work for today is to take time to feel the strengths that you have, to not worry so much about what we don't have as far as ability goes, to say, you know what? My foundation comes from this place, from this strength. Honor the abilities that you have, whether they're communications, whether they're physical strengths, whether they're emotional, spiritual strength, whatever that strength is, honor it. Give it a moment of your time to say, hey, even if it means write a list. It doesn't matter how you do it, but what matters is that you stop and take time to feel your strength, to feel and give honor to the abilities that you have. And once we're able to do that, which is hard work, if you really stop and think about each of these days' practice, whatever we're working on for the day, it's work. Sometimes it takes a few days to get through a single day. But if you really stop and take the time to think about these things, we're able to reveal a new piece of ourselves. So let's make the commitment. You know what? These are my strengths. These are my abilities. I'm proud of who I am. I'm confident. I trust that I have these qualities, these strengths. And then make a commitment to use your own power, your own strength, your own benefits to bring benefit and blessing, not only to yourself, but to the world, but to truly feel it within yourself, to show up for yourself, to make a commitment to say, hey, I'm using these strengths that I have to bring benefit and blessing. Psalm 119, verse 138. Why does it have so many verses? Anyway, we are called to act with righteousness, grounded in deep faith. We're called to act. Forget about the rest. I mean, it's good. But we're called to act. Bring your actions forward. Bring your strengths forward. Bring your foundation forward. Bring the bonding, the grounding, the agreement, and the truth that you make for yourself forward using the strength, using Gevura. We have one more day after today in the week of Gevura. And of course, it shows up in the second day of each week. But we're in this whole week of strength. Give yourself the strength to do the work, to show up. Because guess what? If your foundation is strong, no matter what, it's not going to get rocked. Maybe it will on the top levels, but you'll be grounded, you'll be bonded, you'll be in a place of strength, a place where we know that we can direct and focus ourselves for life and for love. We are one human family, one heart of abundant love. We love you so much, that you know already. Thank you for being here together. Linda, was great to see you yesterday, even if it wasn't enough time together. But as a second generation survivor, may your parents' memories be for blessing. And may you continue to tell their story. And may you continue to tell your children and your grandchildren and all of us, really, what this being Jewish is all about. It was great to be with you, Susan and Bet, Debbie and Linda, Elisa, Heather, Rabbi, Bonnie, Samantha and Donna, if Donna's not sleeping on the couch, whoever else, Amy, whoever else is watching now or later, let us continue to show up together. Tomorrow we'll be together at 9:30 a.m. and 9:30 p.m. A little bit of Yom HaShoah, Holocaust Remembrance, part of our morning prayer connection. And then let's keep counting. I count on you just as you count on me, and together we count on one another. Let's commit to doing this work. The story should never die, Samantha. Can you hear it? So may it be God's will. From your lips to God's ears, let's continue to do that storytelling so that their memories could always be for a blessing and not in vain. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. 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 Od Avinu Chai.